Okay. So every AP accountant, after doing all these invoices, payments, what he will do? He will do a reconciliation. So there are two types of reconciliation. One is the reconciliation that we do with your bank statements, that will come in cash management. Second reconciliation you do in your payments to general ledger reconciliation. Okay, where you see your sub ledger entries getting reconciled with your general ledger. Okay, so remember how many types of reconciliation are there? Are two types of reconciliation: bank statement reconciliation, which comes under cash management. Second is your general ledger reconciliations, what you will see right now. Okay, now where I will go and do this reconciliation. Reconciliation will happen in your payables, and you will go to your invoices. Okay, and here you will see payables to ledger reconciliation. Okay, payables to ledger reconciliation under your accounting area. Now how to run this? So first what you need to do, you need to run one payables to ledger reconciliation from scheduled processes. So I will go to scheduled processes. I will go to schedule new process, and I will run payables to ledger reconciliation. So just type this, you will get a process called as payables to general ledger reconciliation. So this is the ESS that you need to run. I'll click OK. Now it is asking me a request name. So this is a request name that you need to type every time whenever you are running reconciliation. Okay. So what I'm typing today's date 17/04/23. Okay. This is the reconciliation I am typing. Now what I will do, I will go to ledger and select my ledger. So for which ledger I am going to run? I am going to run for my Indian ledger entity, that is one ledger India. My accounting period. For which accounting period I will run? Everyone, for which accounting period I will run? I will run for April 23, because this is the way I did my payments. Okay, so April 23, and rest of the fields you can leave as is. Okay, don't put any parameters there. Okay, because we want to see for all the entities. Once I've done this, what I will do, I will click on submit. Okay, so we need to wait till this process is completed. So I'll come here, I will click on search. Okay, so what you will see here, you will see some child processes getting triggered by this parent program. Okay, so let's wait for this program to get completed. Okay, so this program has successfully completed. Now after completion, where I will come? I will come to payables. Under invoices, I will go to payables to ledger reconciliation. Okay, so let this page get open. Okay, so this page will take some time to get that request IDs here. Once this page is open, we can see the reconciliation part. Okay. Now what you are seeing here, first ledger, for which ledger you are checking the reconciliation. So I am checking it for one ledger. Okay. So I am doing it for one ledger. And can you see the request name? 170423. Okay. So from here, you can select the different request name that you have triggered. So this is the only request that I have triggered for this ledger. So I can see only one value. But as and when you get triggered multiple, you will see multiple values here. Okay. And then select the relevant request name that you want to check. Now, the second part, what it is giving me, the details of this reconciliation report. So extraction date, when was this extracted? This was extracted today, 17th April. For which ledger, which period, and you will see only one BU. Why? Because for one ledger India, we did transaction only for one Motors BU. If you have multiple BUs, you will see multiple business units listed here. Okay. Then here you will see the third part and the important part, that is summary. Okay. Now what you are seeing in summary, you are seeing two areas. The first column is your subledger column, second is your accounting column. Your subledger column is data that is there in your payable subledger. This data is there in your accounting books. Okay. This is your subledger data. This is your accounting data. Now, here what Oracle is telling me, let's take this example of invoices. So here you will see different category of transaction: invoices, payments, prepayments, any variances. Okay, payables variances means any variances that you are seeing here. Here you are getting the beginning balance. In case I would have transaction from January, February, March, that would come in my balances of year. Why? Because this is the summary for my April period. This is summary for my April period. Okay. So I don't have any transaction from any of the following subsequent months. I don't have any data here. Okay. Now let's come to this part. So what Oracle is telling me, for invoices in your payable subledger, you have amount of 10,57,150 rupees. This is in my payable subledger. What is here? This is my accounting subledger. In my general ledger area, I have 10,57,150 rupees accounted for the invoices. Now this is the area where it will show the difference. Now for invoices, is my values equal in payable subledger and my accounting subledger? Is my values equal, everyone?
Yes, sir.
So what you see here, difference is 0. Now what can you conclude from this? You can conclude that for all my invoices, whatever transactions I have done, I have accounted them properly in my books. Okay, I have accounted in my books. Now let's come to this payments. Payments, what Oracle is telling me, you have a payment of 9,49,000 in your payables subledger, but in your books there is only 97,000. Is it correct? Is it correct, everyone? No, correct. So this is how an accountant will conclude from this, that my payments is not accounted. There are some payments that are not accounted. Now let's come to this prepayments area. Okay. So in prepayment, what you are seeing? You are seeing you have 1 lakh prepayment in your subledger, but in your accounting you have 0. So this is incorrect. You have a difference of 1 lakh in your prepayments. Now what Oracle is telling us? Oracle is telling us that for April month till now, you have a difference of 9,52,000 between your payables data and your accounting data. What Oracle is telling us, there is a difference of 9,52,000 in your books. So tell me, as an accountant, is it correct? Can I close this book now?
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
No, sir.
So as an accountant, I cannot close this book. Now, let's say you are a consultant for this client. Clients tell you that this is the reconciliation difference. I am seeing it here. What can I do now? What can I do now for this 9,52,000? Now, as a consultant, what you can do? You can click on this. Okay, so these are clickable fields. So let me click this. And once I click this, Oracle will drill down to the transaction where which transaction is causing the difference. Okay, so when I click this, Oracle will open one more page. So I have already clicked it. Let's wait for Oracle to open that page, and where we will see the data, what is causing the difference. So this list you will export and send it to client and tell them that this is the prepayment that is causing the difference. Kindly check into this. Okay. So end user will need to take some corrective actions to resolve this. Now can you see what it is telling me? It is telling me this is the invoice. Okay. Let me go to the right. This page is telling. Okay. So what I can see that the prepayment I applied to this invoice is not accounted. You remember we had a 1 lakh prepayment, and that 1
Yes,
lakh
sir.
prepayment we applied to invoice of 10 lakh. Okay, we applied it, but we didn't accounted that. So Oracle is telling me that application doesn't have any entry here. Let me go to invoice area. Let me search that invoice. Can you see this term? What it is written? Can anyone tell me?
Partially
Partially
accounted.
accounted.
Partially accounted. But if it is correctly accounted, what will be the term here?
Accounted.
So it means we have a difference here. Now, when I click this, okay, so I have, let me account this issue. So now this should be in the accounted part. So this is accounted now. Okay. So what was partially accounted, I accounted this now. And now let me go to the prepayment.
Before why it is partially accounted, sir?
Because we applied this prepayment on that invoice, correct?
Yes.
So that was not accounted. We only accounted till the invoice part. We didn't accounted it after applying that prepayment. So it was partially accounted.
Okay.
Okay.
It
Now
means the invoice is accounted, but here after this prepayment it is not
prepayment was
again
not
accounted.
accounted. Yeah. So I
Okay.
accounted that. Now let me try to run create accounting also, because we have some payments also that are not accounted. Okay. So here you can, let me come out of this. So there are some payments also that are not accounted. Okay, let's run the create accounting and let's see how much we can account. So what I will do a schedule new process. I will run create accounting. And I will run it for payables. And let me put the end date as 30th. Now what happens once you have run the create accounting, the payables to ledger reconciliation you need to run every time. Okay, so this is a snapshot. This will not update dynamically. Now once I've accounted, I've run create accounting. If I want to see the new values, I need to run a new payment request. Okay, I need to run a new request and then I need to select that request to see the updated values. So let's wait for it to get completed. So the instance that you are using is not refreshed till now.
It's working, sir.
It's working till now. It's not refreshed, na? You have your data, correct? It's not erased, correct, from that instance?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So my create accounting is completed. Now, what I will do? I will run the payables to ledger reconciliation again. Now, what I will do? I will run it 170423 underscore. Let me term it as 02. I will specifically run for one ledger and accounting period is 2023. Okay. Now let me submit this again. Okay. So once this program gets completed, we will again refresh with that request name and see how the data is reflecting with the queue data. So everyone started the payment setup. You started, correct? So till the time you have data, you complete the payables flow, okay? Because if data gets refreshed, the last leg of your payables session would be incomplete at your end. So maybe by today or tomorrow, you try to complete the payments. Wednesday, we will be having another assignment on payables, the last assignment, okay? So now this program is completed. Now what I will do, I will search that program, search that request name, okay? So let me put starts with 17. So do you see this is the request name I ran now and it is reflecting here. Okay. I will select this and I will click apply. What do you see here now? Everyone.
There is no
Difference
difference.
is zero,
No,
sir.
0.
Difference is 0. Can anyone tell me what is the conclusion?
All the payments are accounted.
Counted.
All the payments are accounted.